Hello, I'm Patrick Hurd, Principal Consultant at Community Business Australia, and welcome to CBA's weekly blog. And today, again, we're continuing our conversation with our wellbeing consultant, Sue Chandler. Hello, Sue, welcome.
Hi, Patrick.
Sue, we've been talking over the last few weeks in regards to the importance of a wellbeing strategy in an organisation and the great benefits that it can bring to a stable workforce, less confrontation, but skill sets to resolve confrontation as well in workplaces, and lots of benefits you described. So today I want to sort of unpack that a little further and talk about the various structures in organisations and our clients. Obviously, there's the leaders, the broader workforce in terms of the broader staff, and obviously most of our clients are supporting often quite vulnerable members of the community. So I just want to break that down. So let's start with, sort of work that you do in terms of the wellbeing space, in terms of leadership in organisations.
Yeah, look, I think, my understanding is that leaders play an enormous part in whether staff feel well at work. And sometimes people rise up into leadership positions on the basis of demonstrated skill in some area, but they may not actually have developed the people and capability, emotional intelligence skill set. So I think it's really important that those things are in place to support a person in a leadership role. I think in order for that to be effective, I think it helps to have a framework. I think a framework just provides a roadmap in which strategies can be sort of organised and monitored and reviewed and analysed for their effectiveness. And within that, I think there needs to be some targeted interventions to build the skill set and capability of a leader. And they could be things like professional coaching. They could be specific training in psychological health and safety, so that they understand some of the risks and hazards that their workers are facing. Even mental health, first aid, but sort of at a more advanced level, I guess, if you're in a leadership role. And in some cases, professional supervision, which is just a slight variation on coaching. So there's some of the ways to support a leader.
And then into the broader workforce and organisations, which again could be many staff members. Some of the organisations have got multiple sites and hundreds of employees, etc. So that seems like an overwhelming task at times, doesn't it? So how do you approach that?
Yeah, look, I do think it's funny. I've not seen this done well, but it's an area that really interests me, and that is around the professional, I guess, appraisal or growth and development processes. Typically, they are things that are just done annually, and it's a tick the box, and a person might set some professional goals and moves forward, and it's not particularly meaningful. So I think if there are ways to embed feedback loops to employees on a more regular basis, and things that are really positively framed, they're strength-based, then I think that really supports the work of the employee to feel that they have some say in their professional journey. They perhaps get to set their goals, but they're held accountable and they're supported through that on an ongoing way. So I'm not saying that's easy to do, but I think that's a really valuable investment within an organisation.
And of course, as we've talked about, a lot of our clients are working with quite vulnerable members of the community, and so wellbeing becomes a pretty important component of the support services that are being provided. So
absolutely,
yeah. So it's significant flow on impact, isn't it, in terms of what we're doing with clients.
Yeah, my approach is, I always try and look at things through self-determination, which, it doesn't matter if it's the leader or the organisation, or I guess the client who's vulnerable. our well-being is influenced by three factors. It's about whether we feel a sense of connectedness and belonging and safety, whether we have a degree of autonomy and choice in the decisions that affect our lives, and I guess, and a sense of competence, that we have skills and capabilities to be able to function, in our work and life. And I think that, if you're working with vulnerable people, if you can just keep those three principles in mind, you'll understand why they might be suffering, why they might be struggling, and perhaps what are some of the interventions that you could assist in I guess elevating their self-determination, and that will have a direct impact on their well-being.
So thank you so much for sharing your insights. If you'd like to know more about how Sue can support your organisation, please contact us at CBO. Sue, thanks again. Until next time, bye for now.
Bye-bye.